Okay, so quick recap. Basically, during the weekend, we had tariffs announced. The markets went I mean, Bitcoin market was already going a bit crazy. That recovered strong. Well, actually, that's the point. All the markets recovered intraday because the tariffs were pretty much suspended since Canada and Mexico bent the knee, so to speak, and accepted their responsibility to patrol the border, right? And that's pretty much the negotiating tactic that Trump was employing. It wasn't obvious at the time, maybe, but now it is more obvious. So the threat of tariffs, the actual imposing of tariffs, didn't last long because they did what he wanted. So you had a big reversal. So looking at DXY, you can see how strong it was initially hitting 110, right? I mean, I thought we'd get to 109.5 without the tariffs, but now we could get some interesting move back down. So, all right, this chart looks a little bit ridiculous, but you don't need to read into it too much since the DXY has not been impacting the metals that much. But today was a big day, so well, anyway, I expect it to go back down a bit more, right? So 107, 107 maybe, just to double check whether it belongs at 107 anymore, since the tariffs are postponed at least. Okay, so DXY, big reversal, yields. Actually, yields kind of the opposite, but I guess that makes sense because people were buying bonds and therefore yields were dropping in fear, and then by the end they were selling the bonds and the yields go back up. So I guess that makes sense. I guess that does make sense that they were sort of inversely related to the DXY, but and the 2 year probably went green. Yeah, what it did, yeah. Okay, but not too important. Right, let's look at gold. Gold was impressive because as everything went down, and this is counterintuitive, you don't want to overthink it actually. As everything went down, so did the metals. I mean, they were okay, but yeah, they started to go back down. And then as the markets recovered, they went green. We had a green day. We had a good day for gold, especially if you consider that candle we had on Friday. Now it went to new highs. We closed at new highs. Well, the best close end of ever. And that's after going lower than Friday's low. So pretty bullish candle, all things considered. So gold did okay. It's just still super bullish. In fact, more bullish today by the close than on Friday's close. Let's look at silver. Also a very nice candle. Went all the way down there and closed green. So that's nice. We're sort of holding sideways. Kind of suggests you want to go test 32.2-ish, which is what we really need. We need it. I mean, silver was up as much as gold today, by and large, but we really need silver to start outperforming. Like one of those standout days. GDX and GDXY, GDXJ, sorry, all the miners. I mean, they were up because of the metals, but you could tell the markets were weighing them down. But then the markets recovered also, like everything, since everything reversed, since the tariffs got postponed. So in the end, we had a nice, decent day, 1.5% up. Don't need to over analyze it. I thought maybe we'd close the gap. To be honest, pre-market, we were closing the gap. The metals closed the gap. There is no pre-market. It's just so I do feel like the gap close happened pre-market. But I mean, technically, the gap's not been closed, during regular hours. I don't think all gaps need to be closed, all right, especially when they kind of have been closed pre-market. But otherwise, GDXJ, SILJ, I think they're pretty similar. SILJ, okay, is just a little weaker. Oh, GDX, new close, popped a little higher. I've been saying how GDX, well, you don't need me to say, it's pretty obvious. The seniors lead the way on the way up and the way down. They're outperforming. SIL is okay. Basically sideways, but slight bullish um element to it. Let's look at the portfolio. Right, Newmont, it's okay. It could have closed a bit better, but don't need to overanalyze that. It was another green day. We tested and technically went to a new high there. We really need to close above 44. So until that happens, it's just another day. But overall, okay, up 1%. Barrick Gold, okay, okay. I mean, it was a green close, but didn't touch Friday's high or even Thursday's high. It's still weak. It's still look how little it's bounced. I really don't like Barrick. I still feel like we can get up here, but can you imagine how much what needs to happen for Barrick to go back to the 20s, yet let alone 21? He needs some like individual news on Barrick, surprise everyone to the upside. I just don't see that happening. It's just Yeah, looking forward to trimming that on the way up. But then again, every other miner is probably going up a lot more. Agnico-Eagle, still the best thing in the world. New highs, great close, just destined for 100. I've got no sells in place for this. I should really put a little sell in at 99.99. Why not? But if it touches that and comes back down the next day, it's probably over 100. This thing will just keep going up, especially with gold going up. And that's because it has great all-in sustaining costs, unlike Barrick and Newmont. So Agnico-Eagle, perfect as usual. Next one, Pan American Silver. Yeah, this one's good. This one, especially for a silver stock. Okay, it's a senior silver, but still, this one. I mean, I'm pretty sure I could probably check this, but my next sells, it should be really 25.14 or something, but I probably got it at 24.99. But and then the next one's just below this, like 25.99, something ridiculous. They're gonna get hit. They're gonna feel, and it's gonna make new highs. So I'm actually contemplating. I mean, I should leave the cells in because that's just the way I am. And over the years, it's just worked. Like it probably will get filled. It probably will go back down. But I'm actually contemplating adding to this one just because it's not worth as much as Newmont and Barrick, and I know it's going to go higher. But I'll just hold what I've got. I've definitely got enough in this. But look, this is just beautiful. If tomorrow we have, gold going to new highs, silver finally doing 32.30, Pan America is going to be closing above 24.50. Who knows? Maybe even testing 25. How absurd is that? 5%, that's doable. That's doable. You could have silver up like 3%, 2.5%. You might have Pan America do that. Pan America could just outperform everything and just justify a 5% move. And then by the end of the week, who knows, we could be testing 26. And then you got Pan America back at new all-time highs, locally speaking. I don't mean absolute 40 and higher, but this range that we've been used to. Absolutely loving Pan American Silver. Next one is Wheaton. Similar kind of chart. Wheaton, I think I said this in the last video, it was kind of underperforming here. Since then, great. Today's candle, great. New highs, new perfect close. Almost closing above 64. Trust me, a close above 64, and we are moving to 66. And that should happen tomorrow. Up almost 2%, not bad. What about its peer Franco Nevada that's been outperforming it? Not the case, but not bad. Actually, I saw this intraday, it wasn't that good. Intraday wasn't that good, no. It was kind of red during the day, but maybe I'm confused. But anyway, it's actually not that bad. Considering we closed above 137, 137.10. Pretty good. That's a great close. That's a great close. Plus, we ventured higher intraday, almost 139. I think I've got a sell up. Actually, no, I don't have a sell at 140. I've got it up here, don't I? Yeah, it still looks good. Gold keeps going up. Franco Nevada keeps going up. I see 145. Little areas maybe in between, but really 145 is the level. Look at this big descending and still another horizontal. And by the time you get to 145, it's going to be pretty stretched, isn't it? So you may come back down to, I don't know, 140, 138. But it depends what happens in the market. And this thing should be really all the way up here. So maybe it doesn't retrace that much. But I see it just continuing. Very nice, Franco Nevada. Green is green. Metalla, it's okay. At least it's green. Didn't test its old highs, didn't close at new highs, but at least it wasn't red. This thing needs to just close above 3 and basically be at 320 already. But anyway, we'll take it. Next one is that's Majestic. Oh, that's not good. That's probably one of the worst. Well, this one did gap fill, which wasn't asking too much since it was all the way down there. Maybe it just needed to gap fill. There was some algorithm that was just pinning it or something. But let me tell you, if silver and gold are up tomorrow and everything else is making the moves, I'm suggesting this thing better make up for today. It better be testing 6, closing above 6, or at least testing it intraday, because this is one green day away from the others. So lagging, but I mean, I'm pretty confident if silver starts to move, this thing is just going to catch up real fast, real fast. Yeah, let's see. All right. I think it's going to be the weaker silver stock. Next one, Fortuna. Pretty good. Pretty good. Not the strongest day, but I mean, look, it went all the way out and tested this level. I'll just move it down because now today's high will be the real level. But we did close above a descending, and I don't care how badly I drew this, that is above it. So we broke out the descending. Enough said. Next move is to beat today's high 530. Yeah, let's close above 530 on Fortuna. And I think 550 is inevitable. And actually, the real level at that point will be this 585 level. So Fortuna has done, it hasn't done the biggest move, but it's done a significant move chart wise. Let's see what happens tomorrow. I mean, you still need the metals to be in your favor. Just because you've broken out of my little triangle doesn't mean the world will now guarantee a move up. CDE, that's pretty good. Okay, didn't close in the high of day, but nice green day. Yeah, up 2.75%-ish. Went to new highs. Let's look for continuation. This is so close to testing this 740 range. And when you're at 740, you're at new highs pretty much. So it could just take one day. It could take two, it could be the end of the week and it's testing 780. So CD still looks good, and the past is on its side. It's had good news and all that. So I'm not really worried. I think it just needs a bit of silver movement. And remember, silver is far from its high. So definitely outperforming silver crest, same thing. Obviously, since they're basically the same thing now. Hecla, that's okay. Went to new highs, closed halfway from its high. Acceptable, kind of in line with CDE. Next stop after we take out yesterday's high. I mean, six, it's really got to close above six, but I mean, I've got this level here, 615, not much difference. Let's see what happens tomorrow. It looks okay. EXK, ooh, that's a bit weak, but maybe I'm right. Yeah, unchanged. Hmm. I might as well close the gap if you're going to be that weak. Reminds me of First Majestic, but might even be weaker since it didn't close the gap. It's almost like it wants to do it still. Let's see. Tested Friday's high. Thursday was even higher than Friday. We just need to close above this Thursday, this 415, 416, preferably 420. This is also one day behind. I feel it's pretty similar to First Majestic. Not great, but I have no doubt that if silver starts to run, I don't care what EXK's little candle was yesterday, it's going to have a massive move just to follow silver. Mag silver, okay, not the strongest day, but it's been outperforming. It's a bit like Pan America, maybe not as strong as Pan America, but one or two good days and you've almost got a type of chart to guarantee a move to test the old highs. I mean, imagine tomorrow you have a green day and it takes out Monday, so today, and Friday. It's like closing up here at 1640 or 50. Well, the next day you're just up here, and if you're up here, you're basically taking out new highs above 18. So it only takes two good candles to sort of guarantee a move back up. So let's see. EXK, MAG, and First Majestic are the weakest ones from my portfolio anyway. Aris Mining, I don't know how many of you guys follow this one, and it's not even doing that well. It was before. This is quite weak. What the hell is this about down to? Maybe there was some news. Can't even take out this sort of 390 level. Oh, well, I don't have too much in this one. I might have to read up on that. That feels news related. But well, anyway, whatever. I'll hold that. No problem. I'm allowed to have one serious laggard. I'll check into that. Next one is I Am Gold. I swear this one and First Majestic and Equinox, which we'll get to. Those two are really strong. Those three, sorry. Okay. I mean, speaks for itself, kind of following Barrick, not Barrick, following gold, the actual metal. New high, new great close, went straight through a resistance that I thought existed. Not so much. And to be honest, this is now irrelevant. It's been superseded by today's high of day, which makes it easier for me to read without zooming out. This was resistance. No longer really is actually. And even this, new lines. This will hold in case it comes back down. It might start to recover here. That could be old resistance, not the strongest one. But anyway, point is 660 is your new level. Amazing, very strong. After 660, what do we have? I have 720 apparently. Yeah, this high. Okay, well, Yeah, iron gold, amazing, right? If gold keeps running, this will keep, it's basically tracking gold. It's not even tracking the GDX or anything, it's just tracking gold. A bit like Agnico-Eagle. I mean, these might be the best two at the moment, now that I think about it. And it kind of closed near high of day compared to some other ones. Just perfect. Hold. Absolute bullish momentum following gold. Gold's amazing. And who knows if DXY goes down tomorrow. And you don't even need DXY. I think gold wants to keep going up. So just keep running. And I remember buying this one in 295 and 310 or something. Jesus, we're above 100% now. And that didn't even take a year, did it? Not even a year. It's very nice. Very nice. Nothing bad to say. Not even going to talk about support. I haven't spoken about support anyway. B2 Gold, just a laggard, a bit like Aris Mining, a bit like one or two or three silver stocks. But okay, some of them went sideways and didn't do much. This one actually was red. I mean, to be fair, it had bad news and it's rallied all the way beyond where the bad news started. Maybe it's just a bit tired. But still, I mean, come on, we're gonna go for 3,000. What are you doing down here? What are you doing down here? This one and Barrick Gold just, and they both have Mali. It's just, it makes sense, doesn't it? Just being tied down by Mali. Well, anyway, keeps going up. I'll keep trimming, but I don't think I've got any sell. Even here, I don't think I've got a sell. I guess I'm just holding this one. At least it gives a good, nice dividend. So that's just a hold, but definitely weak. Next, Equinox. This one. Like Agnico, like I am gold, new highs, took out 650. I sold at 649, by the way. And it closed above that. I shouldn't have sold, but whatever. It's just the way I am, and I have no problem selling there. Next stop now. Is there a gap fill there? Maybe, but who cares? It'll just fill the gap or just ignore the gap. I think $7 is more of a level. It's a big round number. It looks like quite a couple of candles respected that down there. Right, hitting the low of day, closing on the day that we went back down to create the gap that actually closed on a daily. 7 is a bigger level actually than the gap. Well, anyway, to get to the 7, you've got to close the gap anyway, but it might do it in the same candle. So yeah, next stop, $7. If you guys want to watch out for 675, I don't know who's going to sell that since yes, today's high was 666, just 9 cents away. You might as well go for 7. And actually, 7 is okay, but better level would actually be 750. And I've already got those levels identified. So this is just a hold. Amazing. Equinox, amazing. After holding, look at this perfect ascending. 1, 2, 3, 4. It did a really good job here. I remember watching this. It was, when the miners were going down, is it going to hold? Yes, it did. Now it's obvious, but back then it wasn't. But that second candle did a lot. And now we're at new highs. So what comes next? A move up to 7, 750, and then 9. Amazing, amazing. Next one, SSRM. That looks beautiful. There's your cup. Here's your little handle. Not the perfectly shaped handle. What happens next? We go take out 830, close above 840, and we're running to close gaps at 950. If gold keeps going up, why not? This looks bullish. Not the best day. It was basically unchanged actually. But if gold keeps going up, this is just going to go to 9. That's what I see. SBSW, that's okay. I mean, this is not a pure gold play either, but that was good. We've closed. I know we haven't closed above 4, but we ventured above 4. Have we got something there? Maybe. Well, anyway, next stop is going to be up here. We're looking for that 430. I'm not interested in 4. I'm not even selling at 430, but once you close above sort of 430, 440 especially, you're going to go straight to 520. And there I may be interested in doing my first trim. All right, so look, that was it. Quick recap. Overall, pretty good. We had a green day. Most of the stocks were not green. I mean, they were mostly red, right? Let's look at Tesla, by the way. Destroyed, losing its support down here. What happens if we lose 370? Boom. Nvidia, by the way, absolute just hanging on cliffhanger. If we start to lose this 115, let's make it today's low of day close. 112, boom, below 100. That will take down the market. So the market and Apple, by the way, you know what I mean? Some of these are really weak, big, not big down days, but noticeable down days. And And yeah, there we are, just in green, and some of them making new all-time highs or new local highs. So for me, pretty happy. Gold up, silver just hanging on. If silver starts to run, we're going to make a lot more money. And I think your portfolios should be making new highs in, 3, 4, 5 good trading days. And some of you maybe two. And I think I'm around two or three good days. Not crazy, just good. And you should be at new highs. And hopefully some of these are just going down. Some of these big blue chips that we're probably not into. So, all right, that'll do. Good fun. Let's see what happens tomorrow.